A lot of cool things we're going to talk about today. We got a Black Widow rework in the works. We're also going to get some details from the data mine on the new PvP mode and how it's going to be a draft system. I'm pretty excited about that. And also, we've got a sneak peek on Ebony Maw's kit, kind of, but mostly what we're going to find out about, it looks like it's going to be a counter to Phoenix. And then we're also going to look at the data mine and take a look at the new Wakanda event that's coming out. That's right. There's going to be some news for Wakandans. We're going to be able to earn promotion credits. I know a lot of people felt slighted by Wakandans. So first things first, let's talk about Black Widow. There was an article here on Game Informer where they interviewed the creative director, and he talked about Black Widow absolutely getting a rework. Black Widow is going to get some more love because she's got a movie coming out. She's a badass. I want to make sure she becomes relevant again. Now, the one thing that they said later is that it looks like the movie's been delayed, and they're going to delay releasing the rework to Black Widow until the movie comes out. But they said this is an opportunity to bring out new characters that they wouldn't have brought out right now so they can get creative. And I do like that. They talk about Night Nurse, and they talk about how they did rework Ronin. Then also he went on to discuss at length the new draft system, which I, in particular, am beyond excited for, where it's going to be this PvP mode where you can exclude characters. And he talks specifically in this article about excluding Captain Marvel from a draft, and you can do real-time player versus player. And I think this is an amazing thing. And he went into detail and explained that, but I actually got quite a bit more out of the data mine. And before we go into the data mine, I just want to say this, that there's things in the data mine, and people go into the actual game files when there's a patch, and they extract things that are new, and then they post it on various servers. Like this right here is Casino server. And I just got to give a shout out to Tana, who posted a fake data mine, something that was not in the files, that said some really horrible things, like that they were going to boost the difficulty of Dark Dimension 3. And I just want to say, I think that's hysterical. I mentioned it briefly in my video yesterday, and specifically, I did not make a video about the data mine because I wasn't sure. And there was also something really goofy in there about issuing out a 19% reimbursement for past purchases, is something like that, having to do with the virus. Anyways, April Fool's joke. Now, what's not an April Fool's joke is right here is the rules to the classic draft. So data mines are not set in stone. However, it does offer insight to what the developers are thinking, and this is actually inside of the code game currently. So I'm thinking that the real-time PvP is coming sooner than later if we're already seeing some of the framework and some of the text currently. And I'm just going to read this right here because I think it's very interesting and it gives insight to what the gameplay is going to be like. The draft consists of 3 different phases. The players take alternating turns, have a limited time to make their selection for each phase. If the timer expires during a player's turn, the game automatically selects the highest powered character. If a character is highlighted when a player timer expires, the highlighted character is selected. And from what I've been reading this, it looks like it's a pretty fair system for going back and forth, so that if people lag out, you're not just stuck there waiting forever. It will award you the win if that happens. During the ban phase, you view your opponent's roster. Character you choose here is globally unavailable during the pick phase. And so this is going to be, like looking at your opponent's roster. And for example, if my opponent happens to have a 7 red star Ghost Rider or something obnoxious like that, or maybe a 6 red star Black Bolt, maybe I'm not going to want them to have that on their team. On the other hand, finding team combos, because, running 2 characters that have synergies like Black Bolt and Yo-Yo definitely makes 1 + 1 adds up to more than 1. Like if you can get multiple Asgardians and such. During the pick phase, you view your own roster, choose a character, place a character in active slot in your squad. Chosen characters are locked into position in which they were placed and are unavailable to your opponent. Reject. Look at that. Unavailable to your opponent. Boy, this is going to be an interest. I can't wait. Reject. During the reject phase, you choose a character removed from your opponent's squad. A rejected character is globally unavailable during the pick phase combat. And this is what I like the most, is the turn timer The first turn is 180 seconds, but the next turns are 15 seconds. Players must confirm their actions before their turn timer expires. If the turn timer expires, the player is able to confirm an action. The auto AA makes the move for the character. If a player misses 3 actions, the player automatically forfeits the match and the battle ends. And then they also have win conditions in case there's going to be a tie. Eliminating all the opponent's characters results in a victory. If the battle timer expires, the players have 8 moves to complete combat. After this, both players have surviving character. Player with the most surviving characters deemed the victor. Both players have equal number of surviving characters. Players with the most damage dealt is the victor. If both players have the same amount of damage, which would never happen, player with the highest single attack damage is deemed the victor. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, also, there was a lot of stuff here in the data mine. The thing that I was also the most excited about is right here, Chaos Theory. Earn tons of promotion credits. So I imagine this is going to be like the payday event. Nick Fury dispatches the Wakandans and to find a way back to Nexus Earth. Gather your best Wakandan warriors to collect promotion tickets. My goodness. And then they've got the list of the Wakandans, of course. I think this is a big deal. We're going to get promotion tickets because if you saw inside the game, we finally can buy the 7 gold star ones, which requires 50, where the 6 red star ones, taking your 5 to a 6 costs 5, but taking your 6 to a 7 costs 50. My goodness. Now, I'm not sure if this is silver or gold. My guess is that this is going to be silver promotion tokens, but getting to 300, taking your existing 4 to a 5 just seems really out of reach currently. I mean, we're getting 2 a day. We need more access to them, and I'm hoping this is the way to do it. I'm looking forward to this. Plus, Wakandans were a severe letdown to most of the community. They were not the raid team that we thought they were going to be. They were oversold, frankly. They said they were going to be like the best raid team, and they weren't. And they haven't been. And so a lot of people put T4s into Wakandans. Hopefully, people that invested heavily in Wakandans will finally get value here in this event. Next, I want to take a look at another post that just came out, which is really cool. This is actually kind of interesting. It kind of gave descriptions for each one of the characters, and this is on comicbook.com in their gaming section. And I want to read the Ebony Maw one because this seems substantial, and we got to talk about it. Ebony Maw is the Black Order's dark sorcerer that specializes in buffing his allies while weakening his enemies. And Ebony Maw, as you know, is going to be a legendary character, and he's going to be legendary, requiring Inhumans. But the way this reads, he might just be a counter to Phoenix, and maybe he will be an effective standalone counter character without running a full Black Order inside the arena. We will see, but check this out. Enemy Maw gains defense up and applies it to all allies. Yay. He also steals portion of the enemy health and gives it to allied Black Order members and Thanos. Passively, whenever a hero controller dies, and we're going to talk about that, and think about Phoenix, because Phoenix is a hero controller. Passively, whenever a hero controller dies, because Phoenix dies, you want her to die, Ebony Maw applies barrier to all allies, yay, and gains charged. On the next enemy turn, he'll ability block all enemy controllers and hero controllers and lose charge. His special gains countered himself. Black Order allies, ally Thanos. His ultimate lowers the enemy speed bar and fills ally speed bars. So if we took a look here on MSFG.gg at all of the hero controllers. Also, big shout out to Dagger for sending me this article and pointing out that the hero controllers were Phoenix. But here are hero controllers, and I think the one that is the most relevant currently is Phoenix, because it spells out pretty much what her kit does. She dies, his thing is going to trigger, everybody's going to gain barrier, he's going to gain charged, and then on the next enemy turn, he'll ability block. So basically, Phoenix won't be able to ultimate, and that is her main thing, is you want her to die, and then when she dies, the Phoenix comes out, and then she does massive damage, and he's going to stop that. And it's kind of a big deal, right? Pretty much a counter to Phoenix. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section. I'm pretty excited for all of this stuff. Black Widow, yes! I wish we didn't have to wait to the movie, but yes! Black Widow was the best character in the game, and she's not anymore. Real-time PvP, yes! An event for Wakandans, yes! Thanos and the Black Order, yes! But I don't like the unlock requirements, and I hope that they don't just become one team fits everywhere, and the arena system is just whoever has the best red stars with Thanos and the 4 Black Order. We will see. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.